You are now listening to the Noir podcast. I'm your host, Chukudi, and with me is my co-host. Today we have a very lovely guest. Welcome to the pod, Toyosi.
Thank you very much.
Could you please tell the people who you are, what you do?
Okay, all right. My name is Toyosi, but my friends call me T, not the drink, double E. I am a visual artist. I am a student architect. I skateboard, and I also host a podcast, actually. Talk That Talk with T, a podcast centering sexual health of youth in Nigeria. So very interesting. I would say, that's who I am.
Multifaceted.
You can say that.
I feel like, okay, maybe art and like architecture are sort of related, but like you're into a lot of different things. Like, how do you balance that? And like, with these, what's the word? Not so related things. Like, what makes you interested
in all of these other things?
Yeah. Or was architecture like your parents' dream?
No, it wasn't actually.
Really?
My parents were never like that. Like, go for it. One time I even was kidding about dropping out, and they were like, yeah, sure, drop out if you want to. And I was like, okay.
That's crazy.
But I would say that number one, I have ADHD. So ADHD hobbies, like 1 minute I'm into skateboarding, other minute I'm into reading, other minute I want to go to the gym, like all of that. But I don't think that I have a problem balancing them. I have like different days for different things. Like I would go skating with Density Girls on Saturday. I would go swimming on Sunday. I would go to the gym during the week. I would go to school, obviously, as well during the week. I tutor as well. I didn't mention that. I am an ESL tutor, English as a second language.
Okay.
I do that online. So just in between.
But how do you like, because you do a lot of things, man.
Yeah.
So how do you like balance? You have like a timetable or a schedule, like you just vibe it out? Like,
I have this app that I just write stuff that I need to do for the day or for the week. And it really helps. So
fair enough. That's good.
So like, you said you skate.
yes, I do.
How did you get into that? Like, and how long have you been doing it for? Because, I didn't really. You said you do that like Saturdays. You said
Saturdays.
I didn't even know like skating was like a
A
proper
thing,
thing here in Lagos. So like, talk to us about that.
A lot of people actually don't know that skating is becoming like a proper thing. As at the time when I wanted to start, I would just like watch Instagram reels, and it just looked so cool. Like, wow, I want to do that. And then I had this, coincidentally, I met this guy who at the time was skating, and we kind of had like minds in the sense that we were listening to the same like music, indie music and stuff like that. So one day we were talking and he was like, oh, he skates. And I was like, oh, I would like to try that. And then he basically told me about the community, how there's a proper girls skating community, Density, and how they're like there every Saturday at stadium and you could just show up. So essentially that is what I did.
So is the skate park like? Would you say it's good? Like the skate? Oh, is it? Does it need more work?
Is it like makeshift?
The one at stadium is makeshift, but like I said, like it's progressing. Stuff are progressing. So there's one at Lagos Encourage Park that's like in Ikoyi, and that is a proper skate park. There are ramps and stuff, like different like levels of ramps. And then I think there's one in construction right now at Freedom Park. So it is growing. Yeah. So really cool stuff.
So with you like getting into skating and all of that, right? Do your parents know about that?
My mom knows, because I used to live with my mom.
Okay.
And she would just joke, like, because I think my brother tried skating sometime and broke his arm, and she would she would just be like, please don't break your head, please don't break your arm, and
And you definitely use a helmet. So.
I do not use a helmet actually, and I have dislocated my arm skating before, so she's not very wrong.
How was it when you went back home that day and like? Oh, had you moved out by then?
I had moved out by then.
Okay.
Yeah, so I was alone. Bro, it was not it was really not funny. I couldn't use that arm for like a week properly.
Being by yourself and having to tell yourself.
Was it like your proper arm?
Yeah, like this
Your
arm,
shoulder.
like it popped
Yeah.
And like they had to pop it back for me. Like
Jesus
it was
Christ.
crazy.
That was crazy.
It was crazy.
That's
On a
it's
scale of
crazy.
1 to 10, how painful was that?
10, 11. It was painful. Like I couldn't feel my arm.
But
Like
you said, but you also said like you go gym as well. Did that affect?
I had to stop for a while. Yeah. Like I had to stop for like 3 weeks.
Fair
But would you
enough.
say you're like
Yeah.
a gym rat?
I would say that I am right now. I used to be very on and off, but now it's kind of like a lifestyle. I won't even lie. I'm at the gym like 2-3 times in a week.
Mm.
Yeah.
Fairs.
Do you go to the gym? Do any of you go to the gym?
Bro, okay, let me speak for myself because I started like beginning of Feb, and anytime I go there, yeah, I'm just seeing like because I don't like doing stuff around people, so I go by like 5-6 p.m.
Okay.
and anytime I go there, I'm just like, I don't know why it's in my head. I'm like, I'm trying to look at people that have fucked each other in the gym, like, have you fucked him?
That is.
Or have
insane.
you? Like, I don't know why my head
You're,
goes there.
you're a different kind of.
So different.
I don't know why.
You're too different.
Am I tripping?
Yes.
I
Yes,
would
you're-
say
you're-
so.
you're-
Yeah.
Why? 'Cause like,
Nigga,
no, imagine like you're going to the
You
same
lack
gym.
focus. That's
No
why-
way, chill. Imagine you're going to the same gym with like somebody, yeah, and like obviously they're attractive, or that's your trainer. Like, don't you think stuff will happen?
No.
Maybe
I-
with the trainer, but maybe not about other people.
Yeah, like.
But these are
regular
regulars
gym.
there. They
Now,
go there like
I
every
think
day.
for me, how I see is like, especially online, there's really like, what's the word? Like moving to people at the gym is really frowned upon. Let me put it like that. So because of that, like in my head, maybe it does happen, but I'm not like cognizant of it. But
Because I'm not looking at okay, you're random. I'm like you're interacting with the person already in the gym.
yeah, I know.
You get what I'm
Like to
saying?
me, I don't like. That's the one place I see interactions and don't think anything of it.
Yeah.
The only time like something like that has crossed my mind was literally because this couple wanted to enter each other in the gym. Like one of the trainers had to come and be like, yo, like
This
relax.
is a gym.
Like actually,
But guys moving to guys in the gym steady, man. I feel like that's one
But
of
it's
the
still
places.
frowned upon though, because like if I'm talking from my POV, I don't like when guys move to me at the gym. In fact, I don't even like when guys be like, "Oh, your form is not right." I'll get my form right. Don't disturb me.
I
Do you
can't lie,
understand?
that's the number I use though. I can't lie. I'm sorry.
Can you see this guy that was mocking me? No. You're mocking me like how many minutes ago, bro? No.
We are talking about
No,
And babes
no.
have clocked that. Like
No,
babes have properly
yeah,
clocked that.
but
Oh,
to
your
be-
form
to
is
be
not
fair,
right.
to be fair, like I only come to you when your form is actually shit, and like I won't come to you the first time I see you do it. Like I'll see you've been shit forming for a while, like maybe like 3 sessions or something. Then I'll come and step in, and I usually just come, correct and go.
Okay.
Now it's left up to you to
Continue.
that.
Right. Okay.
But
fair
you
enough.
talked about like you don't like guys moving to you at the gym. So when should guys move to babes? Like, because babes will be like, oh,
Anywhere but the gym.
because babes can say, okay, I'm in the supermarket, I'm minding my business, and the guy comes up to me and I'm irritated. Did you get? So where's the place where I can actually move to a babe?
Buy her groceries, innit?
Thank you.
So
Yeah.
supermarket is calm for you.
He's
Yeah.
saying something. Okay, so the thing is, I feel like I might low key be not the right person to ask this because I don't really deal with men that much. But I would say that if we're honestly speaking, there's no wrong place to move to a babe if the babe thinks of you in a
Yeah.
nice
Yeah.
view.
No, but that's how do I put it? I get what you're saying, but that's also like taking into consideration the babe has noticed you, if that
Okay.
makes sense. So somewhere in the gym where like a lot of people are really just in their own world doing their own thing, like I don't like for me, and I'm a guy, I don't really take notice of that many
Right.
people in the gym, as opposed to let's say I'm at a party or something where like the setting is more conducive for me to
Actually
that.
taking people.
yeah. So because of that, like I think the question is like in them instances where you're in an environment where normally maybe said person might not, because for like example the supermarket thing, you just want to go shop, and more times than not, if I'm being real, a lot of people, boys and girls included, are looking crusty when they're in the
True.
Like,
I don't think so,
a
man.
You're
lot-
literally
a
in
lot
your
of-
don't see me
a
outside
lot-
I
outfit.
think-
I'm not saying you
I
won't
think-
find a peng babe in the supermarket.
Listen to
but
what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying.
Alright, cool.
I prefer I like both looks, like when you're made up and like when you're normal. Do you get? So I don't mind the whole gym, because babes that see in gym are looking bad already, in my opinion. So it's like it makes
gym
sense.
is different from supermarket, bro. Supermarket,
People
like
be looking real
people-
crusty.
like,
Like,
super-
Nah,
let me tell-
have you
let
been to Ebano before? What are we talking about here, bro? Have you been to
Fair.
Ebano, bro?
Come on,
One
bro.
in 3 babes are baddies there, bro. I'm not even joking.
I feel like that is highly inflated.
Oh my
feel
god!
oh no,
Please,
I don't
if
think
you
that's
go to
inflated.
Ebano,
One in 3 is not inflated.
Oh
At
my
Ebano, are you
God.
joking?
Maybe I'm thinking about my
Honestly,
Ebano.
oh my god,
Maybe I'm
that
thinking-
place is crazy.
Are you
man.
joking? No.
Nah,
The
nah,
thing
nah,
is,
nah,
Joe, I
nah.
feel like if a babe,
Come on, man.
like even if she hasn't proper noticed you already, if you walk up to a babe and she finds you attractive,
Yeah.
there's no way she will not stop to talk to
No,
you. Like
I
even if
hear
it's
that.
groceries
Yeah.
or
Yeah, I hear
whatever.
that.
I think
Yeah.
the best place is church, though.
Church? Why church?
Nah.
Why
Jesus-
church? Why do you think
Jesus
church?
is hoarding all the baddies? Kind of like
No, true.
Jesus
But
is
if you
hoarding
think
all the
about it, like,
baddies.
from when I used to go to church often, yeah. This was when I was younger. Guys used to move to babes like that. That's why you're going to school every day of the week. Sunday and Saturday is the time where you have to like go out.
Yeah.
And Sunday you're going to church in the morning.
Yeah.
I guys are horny and you're teenagers.
Yeah.
So you're seeing babes, you're seeing guys.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay,
You
okay,
just-
okay,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
Do you know what's so crazy? I'm always obsessed by the fact that I didn't grow up with this experience.
Like you didn't have
The
Bro,
church.
So like when in secondary, when I used to go to church, right? So
Mm-hmm.
my early teenage years, everybody in my church was either extremely young or substantially older. So when I was like, let's say like 14, 15, the next age demographic was like people that were like maybe like 25, 26
Okay.
above me. And then under me, you have like 10, 11-year-olds. So because of that, like my church, like, how do I put it? I had no choice but to listen to the word of God.
guy. I used to be excited to come to church on Sunday,
Nah,
man.
man.
Buddies there,
Nah.
because remember one guy even called me one time. Like, I'm coming to your church on Sunday, man. And
Wow.
I'm like, bro, this was a regular.
Nah, but do you know
Wow.
what's crazy? Because I keep hearing this, right?
Mhm.
And like part of me is like, I feel like I should just start church hopping. Like, oh, I'm going to go to this my friend's church this Sunday.
Guy,
Next Sunday.
I also go to Harvesters one time because that's where all the bad
Yeah,
Yeah.
Harvesters.
I was going to start off with Harvesters, kind of like.
thing. Yeah.
Oh,
Nah.
man.
But like, okay, so you mentioned that you don't really like deal with men, right? So in Lagos, when a guy is moving to you and when a babe is moving to you, right?
What's
Tell
the
us-
difference?
Not just the difference, but like paint the picture for us. Like,
Okay, I'm
And
going
also-
to use the
And
gym.
also, the babes have a raise. That's another question I have.
Babes have raised because it's not really raised. It's
I
just
was good to see.
is I think I've met you before type.
do you know what that is? That's 30 plus raise. That's 30 plus
Oh,
raise.
you look-
But
familiar.
it always works. Like
Really?
I'm not even
Really?
joking. The person I'm going on a date with today, I met them at a party and deadass, no, this one, I deadass thought it was someone I knew. And I was like, oh my God, are you blah, 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 blah. And then she was like, oh no, I'm not. And, we look into each other's eyes, real corny shit. And then we whisper into each other's ears, oh, you're so attractive. And, get my Instagram.
If only it was
Yeah.
that easy. If
It's
only.
really that easy with women, and I love it so much. But also, it's also very stressful sometimes because, as a pretty woman moving to another very pretty woman, sometimes you're so pretty or you're so attractive doesn't work. Like you have to give me more than that. You have to give me. I think you are attractive, and I would like to see you some other time. And it is also difficult because rejection is a thing. It's not something that women are used to.
Yeah.
Fair
I'm not
enough.
even going to lie. It's not something I'm used to. So
Fair
yeah,
enough.
sometimes that can be very difficult when navigating like women and stuff. So
So your girl never rejected you before?
have you seen me? Hello.
Crazy.
Come on now.
Crazy.
That's
Come on now.
crazy, man. But yeah, fairs.
Yeah.
Because but I was like, the rejection thing is real because it's like babes are not used to that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So dealing with a babe is like,
Guy.
yeah.
I
it makes
remember
sense.
when I was in uni. There was one of my female friends, like a guy had told her like he wasn't interested. And like she came to me like, guy, and she was like hyperventilating, and she was like, "How do you men deal with this all the time? How do you men deal with this?" And I'm like, "Bro, this is a regular Tuesday." Like,
But how do you guys deal with it? Like when a babe calls you or a guy calls you, like how do you guys deal with that period?
I'm not gonna lie, a babe hasn't called me either. Like,
you mean your
steady
100%,
winning.
100% conversion rate?
Like 100.
Okay, so the thing is, everybody that I've moved to has been interested in me as well. I don't know,
That's
like my
crazy.
radar seems to
you
be
never,
working.
So you never like
How often do you move? How often are you the one moving?
Moving.
Yeah, because if you're really doing it, then that kind of makes sense.
I moved to every woman that I've been with. Like so far, I've moved to every single one of them. None of them have moved to me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So
That's crazy. 100% is crazy.
Yeah.
Because
Nothing
like
to
me,
brag
how
about.
do I deal with it? Like I feel like you just have to, if you're talking to many babes at once.
That's
if
that's
one
the
happens,
thing.
you're just like, man,
That's
just-
yeah, like,
you just like
it's the numbers,
Yeah, the
right?
numbers.
Because if you're talking to
To
one
one.
babe and she curves
yeah,
you,
you're in hell. Yeah.
but like if you're talking to like five and one guy, she drops out, you put someone else back in, like.
wow. Okay.
Plus, like, I don't know if you've ever been in a situation like this, but I've noticed, or not noticed, but I've also been in situations where, like, maybe I was moving to a babe, like, way back when, let's say when I was, like, 17, 18, right? And she wasn't really, like, fucking with me. Cool. Like, obviously, since then, like, I would like to think I've leveled up a bit. So, now, it's... So, at times, also the waiting game, man. And not even the waiting game. Like, it just happens by chance. Like, maybe you catch the person somewhere and, like...
But I don't know, if you rejected me, like, it's going to be hard for me to take you back.
Yeah,
I don't know.
like
It's going to be very hard. But it depends on how you do it as well. Like, if it's a pure of, like, maybe you'll do that number of, like, I'm not ready for anything serious, or, like, I'm celibate. You just have to just lie to me, basically. But if it's like, on a pure of you're being rude ahead, that would never ever happen.
No,
Okay, fair
obviously
enough.
not rude, but like, you know, when a babe, maybe she doesn't necessarily say it, but you can just tell she's not feeling you.
Yeah.
So something like that, do you know what I
yeah.
mean? But like now, the enthusiasm has like, you know, maybe a few years have passed, the enthusiasm is there now. Cool. But I feel like for me, it also depends, because like, I don't know if you also experience this, but there are some people that you check for at maybe 17, 18, that if when you see them now, you're just like,
Yeah. They peaked in high school. So
Damn.
now it's like
peaking in high school is crazy.
No, we know many girls are peaked in high school.
I know, but like, I feel like that's so crazy.
I think it's a period of like, maybe you've been, let's say you started from like 13, you've been here, you've been bad for like so long, then you now clock, and this for guys and girls, maybe you now clock maybe like 20, it reaches a point where you have to start trying. It doesn't come easy anymore. So maybe you have to start going, maybe your body is not the way it used to be. Probably have to start going gym. Maybe you have to start wearing makeup now, stuff like that. Like, it's not as how it was when we were like in high school. So
do you know
it's different.
This
man.
thing you said is like when niggas say like, you know how R9 peaked at like 24 and then like just bust his knees and couldn't. I was like, but
can you really peak as a teenager though? Like
yes,
We've
in
seen,
terms, maybe not everyone in terms of your looks, even though some people like, but I think in terms of the attention you get,
Okay.
you peak in, some people peak in high school, definitely.
So you don't
Fair
know anyone
enough.
that has.
that has peaked in high school. So I went to, I don't know if I'm allowed to say the name of my school, but I'm just gonna say it anyway. I went to Queen's College for the most part of my high school education. Nobody peaked in high school. And when I tell you that the women that came out of QC right now are baddies, I'm very sure that 1 in 5 women that you've probably met are QC babes. Like, those babes did not peak. Like, even the ones that were getting the attention in high school, they're getting a whole lot more attention right now. Like, so to me, it's just crazy. Like, oh, you peak in high school. Like, what happens after that?
Yeah, it happens to some people, man. I don't know. They become humble, more friendly, and you know, find God, I guess. But yeah, but like for you, yeah, like for like you grew up in Lagos, right?
Born and
So
raised.
obviously you're different, I would say, from the atypical Lagos babe in terms of you skate, you're an artist, um, also bisexual. I don't want to label your sexuality for you. Could you correct
Oh,
that?
okay. I'm queer.
All right, queer. So like, what's it been like from, I would say, maybe teenage years to like now, navigating being like different like in this space?
That's a
Because I
very
feel like
big
Lagos is also
question.
a space where like it's kind of hard if you don't fit in
Yep.
as well.
I think for me it has always the problem has always actually been that I have never wanted to fit in. So that is essentially where the problem is, because there are many people who are like me and who found a way to fit in. There are many people who like were able to just be in the closet for whatever or however long that they were able to do that. I was never able to do that. Even when people were reading Wattpad in school, I would never give you my tab to open my Wattpad stories because it was a little too different, quote unquote, from what every other person was reading. And I was also the very like sexually liberated girl in like high school. So already it was a problem because obviously everybody was doing all of this stuff, but nobody wanted to talk about it. And then you come and you're talking about it like, who are you? Who gives you this audacity, or who has given you this audacity? But somehow like I just still maintained like being who I wanted to be. But that doesn't mean that it wasn't hard or I didn't get bullied or I didn't get called names. But on the other hand, I also met very like-minded people. Something that's very funny is that right now, like today, I have friends. Sometimes I say stuff like, oh my God, I feel like I'm very straight passing and that I don't like that. And my friends just look at me and they're like, your brows are literally dyed. Your makeup is literally the queerest and most different type. Like this closet you think you're in is very, very glassy. Like you're not in it.
I'm
So-
going to say something that sounds like, I don't know, maybe it sounds a bit mad, but I didn't know like doing stuff to your eyebrows like was a sexuality thing.
It isn't, but most people who do stuff to their brows are.
Yeah. It's a thing.
It's like a septum.
I
like
I feel like the next person I see with bleached eyebrows, I'm going to walk up to them and
why
ask
would you
them.
do that?
Just to ask them, because you've told me no.
Yeah, but what if they're like iffy? Why Nigeria?
Yeah, true.
We have to change ourselves, innit?
Yeah, but I don't think that's how it works.
So how would you recommend we go about it?
You have to kind of make this person feel comfortable around you, I guess.
Now I'm not gonna go to a stranger. I'm talking about like within my friend group.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so would you say, like, I know the word is, but like, would you say like you're okay then, or you don't like being called that?
Oh, let's talk
Because
about it.
because I know like there are many people that dress like them but don't like being called that as well or identify as that. So that's why I'm asking. Do you identify as that?
I definitely think I'm alternative, but I don't think that I am alter. And I feel like there's a difference.
Please
explain.
Okay,
to us.
Explain to guys.
I'm about to kiss White's ass and it's stressing me out so much. Oh my God.
Alright.
Anyway, I'm alternative in the sense that like it's not alter. I listen to, for example, indie music, Tame Impala. I'm listening to Machine Gun Collective. I'm listening to Pink Floyd. I do very trippy art. My art is very surreal. My art is what you would like smoke and stare at for hours or do shrooms to or like trip acid to. I skateboard. I do very like interesting type editorial makeup. I dress interestingly. So I wouldn't necessarily like, and if you know me and if you see me and if you see someone who identifies as alter, you would actually see a difference between how I present and how that person presents, because I'm not alter and I don't necessarily classify myself under the like Nigerian scope of what alter people are. I just think I'm alternative in the sense that I'm different from the normative societal stuff.
So what do they do that you don't do?
Well, I don't know about everyone in the alter community, but I'm spiritual. I follow traditional ancestral religion. Not religion, but I'm spiritual in that form. And I don't think a lot of Altair people are. But that is also, again, like, I don't want to be speculative. That's very speculative of me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Would you like, so, I don't know if this is a thing, but do you like being like labeled as something? Or do you don't mind?
I'd rather not.
Yeah.
Because at
Okay.
the end of the day, labels are so confining. What if tomorrow I decide that I want to look preppy? What if next tomorrow I decide that I want to be casual or whatever? Like,
Yeah.
why label me when I can just be me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like you said as well, obviously growing up being different and everything, there was a lot of like negative backlash that came with that. So, especially when you're quite young in high school as well, it's very easy to get, pressed by a lot of those things. So, how were you able to cope? Like, what? I know you said you met, some good people along the way, but I feel especially at that age, the negative tends to stick with you more than the positive.
Well, it really does. It really, really does. Because I remember in high school, there was this English teacher I had who just used to always pick on me. And then one day I just stood up in class and I decided to clear him. And that followed me literally till I graduated, because everybody would say, "Oh, you're the girl that you're trying to seduce the English teacher. Look at you, look at your skirts, look at this, look at that."
That's crazy.
Okay, my ass is fat. That's not my fault. That's really, like, genuinely, it's not my fault. You've given me skirts that you think I should wear, and the skirt is jumping behind, and you said that's my fault? How is that my fault?
See, I said like the two craziest things
Yeah, I
I've had
know.
on this pod, man. That's
Like,
so
how is that
crazy.
my fault?
Yeah.
And in as much as that happened and I got a lot of backlash from it, I also had people who were very supportive of what I did. Like, it was very good that you did that. And I think for me, I've always just tried to hold on to the positive aspects of what I do, as opposed to like the other sides. Or how in high school, like, people used to term me a lesbian and everything. And that was very funny because I have told you guys about how I liked men touching my breast. But somehow I'm a lesbian because I've kissed a babe. Okay. And even amongst all of that, I still had people who were my guys who didn't care that people called me that or were saying stuff about me. And like, it really made it easier. And like, growing up in the family that I had, like, I think that it has always been very comfortable. My siblings are much older than me. I'm much more exposed. And so saying stuff like, "Oh, I'm bisexual," or like stuff like that, to them, it's just like, "Oh, okay, I guess."
So did you ever feel like in your journey so far, have you ever felt like, man, fuck him, man, let me just be like the normal person, normal average person? Like, have you ever
That's so
been like,
boring, though.
but obviously because of like the bullying and everything, have you ever felt like, man, let me just be,
Has it ever crossed your mind?
yeah,
at
have you
least?
ever been like,
Never. Not a single time. Because at the end of the day, like I said, being normal is boring. What is normal? Like, why can't you
Yeah.
just be yourself? Like, you might bully me, but I'm still myself and I'm comfortable being myself. So fuck you, I guess. Like,
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So yeah. I also like in Lagos, right? Having like, I guess, dipped in both like sides. Who's more wicked, Lagos men or Lagos women?
this is the best, like, this is a question, bro. This is a question. Honestly.
everybody's mad.
Bro,
Everybody is insane. Like, I shit you not. If a woman shows you Pepe,
I'm happy.
I'm sure you guys know
Yes,
this.
we know. We know.
Tell me
If
about
a
it.
woman
Shouting
decides
it.
to show you shiggy,
We've been
you
shouting
will
it.
cry.
Tell me
fear,
about
actually
it.
fear women.
Tell me about
But
it.
also fear men. Everybody's mad.
Wait, right, my take on the gender wars thing is like, when you realize that everybody's horrible, you'll be okay.
You will
Like,
be
you'll be
okay.
okay.
Terrible is not a gender specific
At
thing.
all,
Yeah.
It's a
bro.
very person specific.
Yeah, exactly, bro. Like,
But like, more, there are some things we experience in life. Do you know? This is just reminding me about like guy. So obviously, you guys saw the overlay thing. Like, guy, have you seen like the angle where like they show the guy's face, like the boyfriend's face? Like, this guy looked like he was about to cry.
I support women's rights and wrongs, Sha, so I'm not speaking on that.
That shit was crazy.
Yeah.
but for you guys, like, in that situation, like, the
Yeah.
girl was in, like, who would call you up on stage and your babe has to just allow, man? Like, who would call you up and you even look at your babe and you just be like, you just run to stage.
Oh,
Like, you even care.
I feel like one that I don't think anybody would be like debates would be like someone like Beyonce.
Beyonce is a base answer,
Thing
man.
is, I don't think I would go.
I don't think I'll go.
Yeah,
I would just cause
it's Beyonce.
like how do I put this right? Beyonce is a very special woman to me. Like Beyonce was the woman that made me realize I liked women.
Fair enough.
First.
So like cause of that, like I feel her. But like if we're talking like my personal taste, who would it be? Who would it be? Who would it be? Who would it be?
I think I'll go someone that people don't talk about. Pink Panthers, I'll run. I'm running on stage.
Interesting. Do you listen to Pink Panthers a lot?
I won't say I listen to her a lot, but I just find her like I don't know how to explain. Like she just looks so normal, like a normal babe that I can talk to.
So you like normal babes?
Yeah. No, I don't like anyone. As long as I'm attracted to you, but
That switch up was crazy. In real time.
no, because I'll be lying now. Because like if there's a body now,
I was like, wait. No,
I love normal. Like I love.
Sorry,
baddies here.
we get what you mean, though.
Wait, shit. I love baddies here, but like looking at like Pink, like for example,
Yeah.
Okay.
she just looks like someone that if I see her now, we can yarn.
Okay,
Like,
fair
you
enough.
get what I'm saying?
Like she looks bad, but like
Approachable.
Yeah.
approachable every day.
Yeah.
Like
So that's what
I get what you mean.
Okay.
I feel like my answers are like very generic, like nothing. And the ones I have, how do I put it? If I have a babe that like I actually really rate, the only person really that can make me go on stage is Beyonce. Like everybody else would be like, how do I put it? Like for example, like maybe like someone like Meg.
Like, no,
That is so generic
Yeah.
of you.
Yeah, I'm a
Jada
generic-
Kingdom, I'm going
Wow.
though. For sure.
Who?
Jada Kingdom, I'm going. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I'm so sorry.
Tiana
That's
Taylor.
Yeah. Yes.
If she calls,
Yeah.
in fact, she doesn't even need to say too much. Once she just says, I'm
I
running.
hear you. Because she's also sensual as well.
Yo,
She's
she
so
was
sensual.
literally hottest woman in the world in 1 year, and I understand it.
Yeah,
Like,
she's
come
crazy, but-
on. Wow.
I feel you. I feel you.
Janelle Monáe as well.
Yeah.
I don't know why I'm blanking right now, man. I can't really think of nobody.
Yeah, like, that's all.
Like there's nobody that really gives me that vibe as
If they
such.
call you.
Yeah, like, cause like there's nobody really that like I feel I'm diehard attracted to that would also give me like a proper like maybe like sensual experience. I feel.
Okay.
Like, for you to leave your baby is a big thing.
That's why I said it's only Beyonce, fam. Like, cause like, you know that Boondocks meme, like if you lost your bitch to
Yeah,
Ti, I
yeah,
get it, cause
yeah.
that's Ti.
Or
But Usher.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you. I feel
Yeah,
you.
so like I feel like Beyonce, like everybody, like
I won't go, man. I promise I won't go.
yeah, but like I told you what Beyonce represents.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
Very fair.
And like imagine Jay-Z being your op. Like that's an interesting life to live.
Yeah, that Jay-Z video of like when, I don't know if you guys have seen it, when Sean Paul was like dancing with Beyonce, he now closed his eyes.
I've seen
That is so funny, man.
Nah.
Like, bro, his head was gone, man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how guys, like, I don't know if you guys can do it, yeah.
date someone in that space, in the entertainment space.
Well, in the entertainment
Yeah, I
industry,
can't.
I don't think I can.
I think that's
You say you're a jealous person.
I said I don't think I can.
yeah, but would you say you're a jealous
Yeah, would you say
person?
you're a jealous
normally?
Um,
Are you possessive?
I wouldn't say I'm possessive. No. I do get jealous, but I wouldn't say that I'm a jealous person.
Fair enough. I
Yeah.
get what you're saying. Like
Yeah.
you're capable of jealousy, but like,
Yes, exactly.
It's not every little thing. That trips you
Exactly,
up.
and I'm very good at like expressing jealousy. Because like coming from all like my other relationships, that's been something that we have had to navigate properly. So, yeah.
But
Would
like,
you?
No,
No,
please, no,
okay.
please.
Would you say right?
Mm-hmm.
Like in terms of emotional development and I guess learning to deal with different things, your relationships with guys or girls has taught you more.
That's a very good question. So I would say guys because growing up in Nigeria,
Okay.
or growing up in Lagos as a queer person,
Mm-hmm.
the chances are that you've had more experiences with men before, like your quote unquote finding yourself experience, right?
Yeah.
So I would say that I've learned a lot about what I like or do not like from men, or what I enjoy, or what I'm able to cut boundaries off of from men, or like in terms of emotional experiences. I've not been in many like relationships, but the ones I've been with more men than with women. And I would say that like I've learned more about myself, basically character development, essentially. And yeah, I learned that mostly from men. Yeah.
Do you have anything to say about Igbo women?
Interesting. I'm actually dating an Igbo woman right now, and
Good
yo,
luck.
no good luck.
Good luck.
I'm the luckiest person in the world.
Come
Are
on,
you
man. We don't
kidding?
do
This
Igbo
PR.
woman prof on this pod,
This
man.
PR is crazy. We
I'm the
don't
luckiest woman in the
we don't do that
world.
here.
I'm so sorry, guys. I'm so sorry.
God.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Nah, but
I'm so sorry, but yeah, I'm winning.
really.
Yeah, I
Like,
really
what,
am.
okay, what have you, like, obviously, we know the stereotype about Igbo women and whatever. But, like, what is this Igbo woman doing for you that's making you feel like, damn, like,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
First of all, this Igbo woman is a lesbian, and so I think that is one
Yeah,
of the
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
differences.
Sure.
What else? I feel the exact same energy that I give being reciprocated back. And people that know me know that if I'm giving romantically, I'm giving my all. So it is very interesting to see someone giving that exact same energy and giving their all back. And you kind of see how that plays in many different things, like I said, in communication. So I'm in a polyamorous relationship with someone who's all the way in Canada. Definitely there are things that we need to proper work on: communication, talking about jealousy, talking about meeting other people, talking about going on dates with other people, and essentially being able to give 100% in all of these like areas, and still being able to go on dates with each other and like just find time for each other to do things with each other. That is very beautiful.
I want to touch on polyamory for a minute.
Okay.
Because I know many guys that rather die than do that, including me.
Okay.
Because I would say I'm a jealous person
Okay.
and selfish. So it's like, how have you navigated that? And do you think maybe in like 2030 there'll be more people in polyamorous relationships than there are now?
That's a very good question. I think that so in Lagos, I feel like there's a problem. People say that they are polyamorous, but bro, side eye, that's not what people are doing here.
What are they doing?
A lot of people are just moving mad weird, and then they they shield it
Shelter it
under
with
like, oh yeah,
polyamory.
it's polyamory, and then that is a very very bad name for the rest of us who are actually non-monogamous and polyamorous.
So what would you say the difference is? Because you said you labeled it as they're moving mad. So what exactly do you feel you guys are doing differently that they're not?
First of all, you need to set boundaries in a polyamorous relationship or even in an open relationship. And I think that's something that a lot of people do not do. A lot of people just automatically think, oh yeah, I'm in an open relationship or polyamorous relationship. I can do whatever. I can do what, like whoever, whenever. And that is not the case. You cannot do whomever at whatever time, whenever. I have, for example, in my relationship, I have non-negotiables, and my partner also has non-negotiables. If you are in all of this meeting other people or casually dating other people, if you break any of those non-negotiables, you have essentially cheated in this relationship.
Okay.
And you shouldn't be doing that. And that is essentially a lot of things that, especially men, like you give a man an inch and he goes 5 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that is essentially why a lot of men
lie.
cannot be in polyamorous relationships,
Not gonna
because they
lie.
are evil people and they know that they don't want this type of evil to be done back to them.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
I hear that.
Fair enough. I hear that.
So you're telling me, like, in this P you're in, if your babe is outside and she maybe like posts the other guy, or babe, she's a lesbian, she posts another babe on her story, your head doesn't get hot.
Okay, so that's the thing. We're each other's primary partners. We are currently not seeing other people romantically, just casually. So if you're posting another babe on your story, you have a lot to tell me.
the way her eye just was.
I felt like it was
Like you have a
fuck are you
lot.
doing?
The fuck are you doing? Like
so she can see them, but she can't post them.
yeah, like it's like it's a
Uh.
different thing if we've had a conversation about okay, you know what, I want to see other people on an emotional and romantic level, and you know I've been doing that constantly, and you know you guys are posting each other. That's cool. But and also we've had a conversation about it, hence what I'm talking about when I say communication.
Yeah.
Because you cannot just meet someone today and you tell me that you've met them and then like 2 weeks later you're posting them on your story. Hello. What is going on? Like we have to have conversations. Okay, I met this person at this place. That's by the way, okay, I'm going to go on a date with this person today. Or I'm going to go on another date, or I think I'm going to have sex with this person, or like it's just progressive updates. You don't have to tell me everything. I don't need to know all your movements or anything, but we have a sort of agreement. So you cannot just wake up one morning and you say that you met somebody and then 2 weeks later you're posting this person and I have no context whatsoever. So
There are two things I want to ask you on, and then
Okay.
we kind of have to wrap up because of time.
okay, no
But
problem.
the first one is there was a statement I heard a while back that I think maybe you might be able to give some insight
Context.
into.
Okay.
And it was basically that the person, to paraphrase, was basically saying a lot of people aren't really too hard done by the fact that, you know, not saying this is your situation, but like we spoke about cheating earlier. So like a lot of people aren't that hard done that they were cheated on. It was more the fact that like it happened. Basically, they weren't in control of the situation,
Okay.
right? So you didn't really have an input. Your partner did this thing that blindsided you, and you don't really have that sense of control. So would you say with the arrangement currently that you have in your relationship, that sense of control in terms of like knowing, okay, said person is doing this, like you said, it's not every detail, but like just being aware of what's happening,
Yeah.
that sense of control helps like stabilize things?
Yes, definitely, because at the end of the day, these little progressive updates also help you to sort of navigate how you feel. So let me give you like a quick example. Say my partner meets someone somewhere and maybe like a week later they tell me maybe something like, oh, we had sex or something like that. It is, if I feel weird about it, it is okay for me to feel weird about it and to talk about how that made me feel weird, because I feel like maybe there's been a place somewhere where I have been left out of the situation, and then being able to communicate about said feeling and like kind of finding a, I don't want to say compromise, but kind of finding a middle ground from that gives you a lot of semblance of control. And ultimately that's how it like works back and forth. And yeah.
Then my second question was, and I think this is something a lot of people like speak about, which is long distance, be it in any capacity, straight, queer, all of that. So for you, how long have you guys been long distance for? And in terms of, like you said, there's a lot that goes into navigating that communication, all of that. Would you say like it's basically, what are your general viewpoints on it? Let's just put it like that. Like, what are your thoughts on long distance? Currently experiencing it right now.
It is harder than they tell you it is. You know, people be like, oh yeah, long distance is hard. Long distance. It is harder than that.
Yeah.
It is hard.
Yeah.
But it's not hard in like what people like. People just think, oh yeah, I'm not going to be able to see this person maybe like once a week or blah, blah, blah. But it's a lot more, the difficulty is a lot more mental. Where, for example, on a hard day, you cannot just run to your partner's place to get a hug or, you know, stuff like that. Or on a very, very horny day, you cannot just link up and do that, you know. So I would say that it is difficult in, you know, some certain ways. But again, you know, I said to you that something that I've really, really enjoyed with my relationship right now is the fact that my partner is giving exactly 100% as much as I'm giving. And it makes it, I don't want to say easier, but it makes it easier, for lack of better word, to navigate.
Yeah.
You know, like, you know that this person wants to go on as many movie dates online with you as possible. You know that this person wants to have a dinner date with you and you guys would do something together. You know, you guys are just doing all of these things. And also, you know, talking about when next you guys are going to see. Basically, just being delusional helps. Yeah. Yeah. So.
Because me, like, I think we've talked about this before, but like, I think both of us, me and him, were like physical people.
Okay.
So during long distance, like, I feel like if I'm dating you, like, if I don't see you for maybe like 2 weeks, I'll forget how you look.
Out of mind, out of sight. It'll be out of sight, out of mind.
I don't know, like,
I'm kind of like that, kind of
yeah,
like, in
I
terms
like
of,
seeing you regularly.
and I'm
FaceTime.
It's not the same, man.
How-
I'm so sorry.
For me, like,
So sorry.
FaceTime's cool and all, but I'm also someone that gets like very caught up in my own world. So like, if you physically can't be there, like, everything else in my life is just gonna not. I don't want to say consume me, but like take priority, if that makes sense. Like, I'll still make time out for you, but that's why I said I'm kind of like that. So if my partner isn't physically there, it's like, okay, maybe I might do an extra pod session this week, or I might do this week.
Right.
So like, that time ordinarily my partner would have filled up. I would just use things I currently do in my everyday life to like fill that void off. So that's why for me personally, I know it's different strokes for different folks, but for me, I can't do that because I'm very, like I said, in my own world, in my own space, and because of that, I'm sort of hyper independent. So when that happens, and then maybe I'm with someone that isn't as independent, or there's always that tendency to be friction, so I'd rather just not create the environment for that to manifest in the first place.
And that's very valid, you know, because it's the same way that, you know, people talk about things like, okay, I've had a situation where someone has like spoken to me about, oh yeah, because I believe that I'm hypersexual. And, you know, this person says, oh, can you get with an asexual person or someone who is not on your level of like sexuality? And in as much as that might make me look like a bad person, or even you right now saying this might make you look like a bad person, it's very valid, because at the end of the day, you do not want a situation where you get into it and you cannot actually
Do it.
Yeah. And then that in itself is going to become a problem.
Yeah,
So
I hear
Yeah,
that.
because I'm hypersexual as well. So, especially if my guys are not yanning me stuff they're doing, and I can't even do it with my babe, and it's like, it just creates a situation where, like, and I start treating you like, I feel like the love just reduces for me. And it sounds bad, but that's just the reality of the situation for me. Anyway, so that's why I can never.
very
I
nice.
just rather not do it.
I would just like to say that we find ways.
Fair,
We find ways.
fair
But
enough.
yeah,
Fair enough.
obviously we could go on for longer, but we have to wrap up now.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you for
coming on,
having
T.
me.
It's been a pleasure to have you on.
Thank
Would you
you.
want to plug anything
Shout
you're
out
doing?
to, do you have an art page?
Yes, I do have an
Yeah.
art page. T the artist, TEE the THEE artist, T the artist. Yeah. You can check out Talk That Talk with T on Twitter, Apple Podcasts, Spotify. It's literally anywhere, any like streaming platform.
For
Enjoy.
sure.
Thank you
Yeah,
guys for
don't
having
forget
me.
to like, comment, and subscribe. You know, thank you guys for the support. Also, Chidi and I have an announcement regarding the fact that very soon our 20th episode of
20th, yeah.
Noir is going to be coming out, and we want to do a giveaway. So
Okay.
we are gonna start putting out posts and polls, and based on the participation we get from you guys, the winner is going to be able to go out to a restaurant with Chidi and I, and also be the guest feature on the 21st episode of Noir. So you guys stay tuned for that. But till then,
Okay.
bye.
Bye,
Cheers.
guys.